Anti-Afro Spengalis, they needed a fall guy. And we have another serious miscalculation because they picked the fall guy thinking the fall guy would just take it on the chin again. And when I say take it on the chin, not have a real reaction to what was being said about him, specifically Dumpsy D. Durrell. Dumpsy D. Durrell is pretty pissed off right now. Well, it goes like this. The ordinary targets who they love taking shots at aren't considered safe. Now that the revelation has come to light, we weren't safe anyway, but that's okay. It's a matter of perception. So the perception of those, the probation officer and the probationer, are very much aware that they're fully exposed and think anything after being exposed that they say will definitely be looked at in a different light. But for those who are targeted, it doesn't make any difference to us one way or the other. We knew what was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. It's always just a matter of time, especially when you have these idiots that keep running their mouth. You cannot tell them anything. Couldn't tell Mona anything. Just kept going and going and going. Would not listen to reason. I want to bring up this old adage here because this absolutely plays right into the mix. The red herring syndrome. This is some pretty heavy duty shit that has gone down, and the effort to activate the red herring syndrome and make it work is off and running, or has been off and running. Let me let you hear from Remix and Breaking the Culture of Silence, because I want to talk about this red herring element that's driving itself all through the situation. Stay tuned and I will return.
Yes,
Look,
I'm
what we
fuck
not gonna do,
anti-coach.
we ain't gonna change the narrative of who we talking about. Now
Right.
understand y'all can
Fuck
point
that
out other
bitch.
people did say they did this, did that, whatever. Okay. But nigga, we talking about what I'm talking about on this show. If you're not gonna address what I'm talking about, just stop commenting and talking about other people because that shit really goofy, bro. And I fuck with K Kadora. But bro, I'm not with the goofy shit today, bro. I'm really not with the goofy shit. I'm not with the, oh, they did it. Oh. No, nigga, talk about what we talking about now. Just cause y'all in love with Mona, bro, I don't give a fuck about that, nigga. Y'all know
I just
how I
wanted to
rock,
say
bro. I
hi,
don't give a fuck
Mona.
about that.
Hi, Mona. Just know when that report come through, I was one of the main people to file on
Real
your
shit,
ass.
bro. I'm not with all that, bro. Y'all be on that. Y'all niggas be on that goofy shit, bro. I told y'all niggas to address what's going on in my life. Don't come to my life talking about other folks, nigga. We ain't
Leaders,
talking about
just
anti-Afro.
know
This
we
ain't no
coming for your
anti-Afro
ass.
show.
When the dogs hit the herring trail, they'll be distracted by the smell, and some will be inclined to follow the herring trail instead. So the trainers try to get the dogs to stay on the fox trail and resist the urge to follow the herring. So what's what with this metaphor? Well, the fox is some argument, the original argument that is at issue in a debate. The dog can represent anyone who is interested and engaged in this argument. The red herring is something that distracts you from following the trail of the original argument. It might be a new and different argument that raises a different issue, or simply an irrelevant comment that distracts from the main issue. What's important is that it's distracting enough to make the audience want to follow this new trail, away from the original argument and the main issue.
Well, there you have it, folks. Red herrings were thrown everywhere. You know the smelliest red herring that was brought out and placed right in the middle of the room, stinking up the joint? The blackouts, the meeting. Guess who brought it up? Do you remember who brought it up? Wouldn't you know? The probation officer. Comatose Khan, DJ Jackass brought that up. What the hell does it have to do about the identity of Rage Pigs and Comatose Khan? Nothing. But I'm not going to sit here and discount the fact that the blackouts were interesting to people. The blackouts had some people enraged. People wanted more information about it. I'm not discounting that. for their own reasons. People had feelings about it, issues about it, questions about it. But it's a stinky ass red herring, and it has nothing to do with the identities of Rage Pigs and Comatose Khan. Nothing. There was another red herring. I'm very glad Photon changed his course and decided he was not going to allow this red herring to sting up the joint when they were going to try to attack Rev G on your panel, Photon. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You can get mad all you want. I know you were not comfortable with what you were doing, making these comments that were a little over the top about me and Rev G that we got fed up with. I don't think you were ever comfortable doing it because you know you had no reason to do it. So you finally stopped doing it. Give or take a few of your snarky comments, but today you caught yourself. Why can't you just be proud of yourself that you did the right thing and stopped people from going after these red herrings and trying to gather around them when it came to Rev G, bringing up issues that have nothing to do with what is going on? Rev G was a victim, or is a victim. His information was stolen by Mona. She gave it to Comatose Khan, and she gave it to Ray Pigs and others. Here's the list. We're not going to push this aside. This is what happened. Then you have the other red herrings were personal issues. People feeling slighted. People feeling not supported and decided to go at each other. These are red herrings. That's okay. If the host wants to allow it, the host can allow it. But it has nothing to do with identifying these subjects. Carrie Ann, like she always does, another red herring, making outrageous comments specifically to get attention about domestic violence or whatever she talks about. Red herrings. You had Dumps going after Carrie Ann like he did before. More red herrings. Nothing to do with identifying these subjects. And I want to again reemphasize, I'm not discounting how anybody feels they need to respond to an issue. But bear in mind, when you get all of these extraneous issues being brought up, the specific goal is to take attention away from the core issue, the revelations of these identities. But you were free to follow your red herrings and go and get them and gather around them, do whatever you want to do. There are those of us who aren't going to fall for that. We know exactly what we're going to do. We know what we need to do. And no red herring is going to take us off course and cause us to just forget about what happened. We don't have to forget about what happened. They didn't have to do what they did. Mona stole the information and passed it around, and those who received it reposted it. Now, I want to make sure I revisit this issue about this white supremacist. That actually falls under the straw man theory. I'll clarify that in the next video, but before I let you all go, I am reemphasizing what's important, the identities of these two, and the reasons why it's important. It goes right back to the original issue, the stealing of Social Security information, distributing the information, and posting the information. It's the only pure form of doxing that I have seen in and around the Umar Johnson sector. Information that's public domain is not doxing. You will never win a case saying somebody put your personal information out there that's already out there and accessible. Going into the Social Security database and stealing information is not public domain. It's a federal offense. And nothing is going to change that. No matter how many other theories they try to come up with, what happened, happened. I'm going to leave you with Remix and Breaking the Culture of Silence, who came on this panel, re-emphasizing some very important points that are so often targeted for the red herring and the straw man theory. So don't touch that dial after you hear buyer beware.
She feel like you a op or even not a op. I don't trust her. If you even communicate with her, best believe your information been looked up. And I don't believe it was a drinking buddy, because no drinking buddy is digging on that many people going all the way back to the 80s. No one's doing that for someone. They're just not. I think that that's a cover story. I think it's a narrative, and that's fine. Like, you do whatever feel you need to do, baby girl. If that's what you feel you need to do, and you feel like you want to stalk people and steal their data and start, for all I know, you over here commit espionage. For all I know, you over here trying to sell our data to foreigners. I don't know. You claim you in and out the country. How I know you ain't trying to put little kids' names in our with our shit, trying to bring babies over here,
Mm,
trying to bring grown ass people. We don't know what you doing.
mm,
You could be over here
big
dead
fact.
ass trying to sell our identity to people. I don't know, but I'm taking that type of shit serious. I made sure to let them know everything that I knew about the broad. I let them know. I gave them the clip of her time. I'm gonna get her kids' birth certificates. Why, bitch? You trying to sell our identities? You trying to sell us? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, I have so many questions. So Shorty ain't never gonna have a clearance fucking around, because you can't go around doing shit like that. And all this old ain't nobody breached nobody's social. You're lying like a motherfucker, because I have confirmed that mine has
Facts.
been breached. And two, y'all have too much data on people. You're not just getting that data on the internet. You're just not. Because if it was true, then everybody would have already had that data prior. But with Social Security, we're going to cover all motherfucking bases around here, because y'all tripping. Like, it ain't nothing that deep on this internet that you out here doing shit like that you would put your freedom at risk, like for some clicks and some likes and for some attention from motherfuckers that don't even really like you. That's wild to me.
And they don't like her, and she don't understand that.